A blackwater aquarium is definitely something different and something that stands out. We're also going to look at the benefits of having a blackwater tank and why we might want to have a blackwater tank, and we're also of course going to create some blackwater. So this aquarium right next to me here, this is my main blackwater tank. I recently created this, so I like to keep on top of my water changes, so I made a very big water change. So as you can see, the water is almost crystal clear at the moment, but of course we're gonna fix that and we're gonna turn it back into a beautiful blackwater tank again. And before we actually start creating the blackwater here, there are a couple of things that are quite important to know. So I think we should just take a little bit closer look on my tank here. In my specific tank here, I only have a couple of tetra species from South America. And the conditions I create with the blackwater in this tank mimics the natural habitat of these fish. And the specific species I have are regular neon tetras. There's a couple of green neon tetras as well. And I got a couple of bloodfin glass tetras. I do also have a couple of amana shrimps in here. And I have 2 white wizard snails. Now the shrimps and the snails, they originate from Asia originally. But they seem to work just fine in this kind of environment. So this is something that is important. Take the time to do the research, check what species of fish you have and if they actually can thrive in an environment like this. Because the blackwater will make the water go softer and it can also slightly lower the pH of the water. Now I think it's time to actually create some blackwater. And what I use for making my blackwater is a couple of catappa leaves. I also have a couple of dried beech leaves here that I also use. These are quite good. And I was also out picking some alder cones. These are also great to get the desired tint on the water. And how I do this is I take a small bucket, I put my catappa leaves in, I put my beech leaves in as well, and then I pour on some boiling water. And then I just leave it for a day or so and I end up with this. And this is almost like a blackwater extract, you could say. You can see that it has a really dark tint to it. So what it did is it drew out some of the tannins out of the botanicals here, out into the water, and it also made all the botanicals actually sink. So what I'm gonna do in my specific tank here is I'm gonna decorate the bottom with all this stuff here. And if I leave it in the tank like this, it's even gonna tint the water a little bit extra over a couple of days, so it will become even darker. If you don't want to have the botanicals in your tank, you can always just pour in this blackwater extract and then you can just fill it up and basically boil it again and you will get even more darker water. And you can just pour that into the tank and you will get the blackwater effect of that. I like to keep my botanicals in because it's good food for all my shrimps in here and also for my snails. Also, I think it really adds to the more natural look of the aquarium to have a couple of botanicals littered over the bottom of my tank. So I think we should begin with putting the botanicals in and then we're gonna pour in this blackwater extract so you can actually see the difference. So why make a blackwater tank? Well, I have it basically just because I think it looks good, it's a bit different and it stands out from everything else. It comes with a couple of benefits though. The blackwater itself has antibacterial properties, so it can help to keep the fishes healthy. It can also enhance the colors of the fish, and some people use it to promote breeding behavior in certain fish species, because the blackwater can make the pH go down a bit and make the water more acidic. I will just grab a couple of leaves like this and I will start decorating like this. Just put them anywhere I want them really. Scatter them out a little bit so I can cover the whole bottom like this. And because I boiled them, they will sink really good like this. Otherwise you have to put them in and it will take a couple of days before they start sinking. I've put everything in now and this is how it currently looks. And I think that it's time that we pour this in here and see what difference it makes. As you can see here, that really made an impact on the level of tint on the water here, just by pouring this black water extract inside of the tank. And I would actually be happy with this level of tint on the tank, but I want to push it a little bit further. So we'll have a little look on how the tank look inside now, and we'll come back in a couple of days when this has gone even darker. A couple of more days has passed now and it has gone even a little bit darker than before. I don't know how good this shows on camera, but it has got more of the amber tint to it. So I'm really satisfied with this. And I can really tell when I look at the fish and all the shrimps and even the snails, they're out and about much more than they were before. So they really seem to enjoy the environment now. And the little bamboo shrimp up here, he just sits up there all day long now and filters the water in the current there. So he really seems to enjoy it as well. Consider subscribing if you want to see more. I focus mainly on the smaller size tanks like this one and even nano tanks. There are plenty of fun stuff to do with a small tank like this, for example. And take care now, and I'll see you again soon.